go beyond, and I'll be your host for tonight's program. On behalf of the El Monte Promise Foundation and our partnering organizations, which include the City of El Monte, City of South El Monte, El Monte South El Monte Chamber of Commerce, Alhambra College, El Monte City School District, Mountain View School District, El Monte Union High School District, and the El Monte Coalition of Latino Professionals, we welcome you to our 18th annual Tamalada. We also thank you all for keeping your masks on and helping us to have a fun and safe celebration to help us kick off the first large event at our city in this building since the beginning of the pandemic. So, it's my pleasure at this time to introduce Mike Gomez, who will lead us in the invocation. Mike?
Thank you, Roger. It is such a pleasure to be here tonight. How very exciting to be here at the first event, as Roger said, that the city has had in this building. And it's more of an honor for me to be able to give the invocation tonight. Thank you so much for asking me. And if we can have everyone stand, or you can sit and bow your heads, please. And if you are wearing a hat, I'm going to ask, I don't see anybody with a hat, I'm going to ask you to take it off. Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather as a community tonight. We ask that you bless the hands that prepared the food from your bounty that will nourish our hearts, our bodies, and our souls. We thank you for and ask that you bless the community that supports and shares the hard work and commitment of the Monte Promise Foundation, including our sponsors, our donors, our supporters, our board members, and our volunteers. We ask that you continue to bless us and our work, and ask that you help us fulfill the goals of the Monte Promise Foundation, which serves to empower our community by helping our children to attain higher education, among many other benefits. Guide us, Father, protect us, and bless us as we strive to do your holy will. In your precious name we ask. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. As some of you know, I was born and raised here in El Monte. I attended our local elementary schools, Mulhall, Frank Wright Middle School, of course, and Arroyo High School. While I didn't have a clear path to college, as no one in my family had yet attended college, if the El Monte Promise Foundation had existed, I'm sure that my road would have been as well mapped as it is for our local students today. Currently, my wife Jennifer, who's the executive director, and I are raising our family in here in El Monte, and our kids are attending our fantastic local public schools. I'm truly grateful the El Monte Promise Foundation brings together parents, educators, school districts, and local community college and city officials to coordinate in order to remove educational barriers and ensure that all children have a clear pathway to college and reach their fullest potential. I would now like to introduce former superintendent of the El Monte City School District and current El Monte Promise Foundation president, Mr. Jeff Seymour. Jeff?
Thank you, Roger. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's a combination of excitement, joy, a little bit of courage to come to an event, but doing so, you're showing your support for the students and their families in this community that for so long have been so special to so many of us. And you know, the pandemic has taught us a lot of things. The pandemic has taught us about what's important. And among the institutions that did not let anybody down was public education. Public education provided support, both educational, food support, And working with a lot of teachers as I do in the programs where I teach, teachers went out of their way to make sure their kids felt connected, safe, even if it was online. So the Almani Promise Foundation, to me, represents another aspect of what we can do to make our future better. Public education, number one. But the Almani Promise Foundation exists to make sure that we can influence the future by supporting its work. From those little squirts in first grade, kindergarten, opening the savings accounts, to the family financial literacy classes. And this year we have an exciting launch of the Roadmap to College, which we'll probably hear more about tonight. Your work as supporters, whether you give time, whether you give dollars, whether you simply are a partner in one of our programs, make sure that you are touching the future with your efforts, your energy, and your resources. So on behalf of our Almani Promise Foundation, and would the board members just raise their hands and make themselves known, please? Our wonderful board and advisory board, please let people know where you are. On behalf of our board, on behalf of the parents who are so helpful in the work we do as board members, on behalf of the children, the students, whose lives will be impacted forever by your efforts and energy and those resources. I can't emphasize how important those resources are. We thank you. Have a wonderful evening, stay safe, and enjoy every bite of this delicious evening. Thank you. We have an amazing person who is our executive director, and it's my pleasure now to introduce her, Jennifer Koyan.
Thank you very much. It's great to see everyone here today. It's great to visit with friends and colleagues. I just want to thank you all for making this event what it is. It was definitely a new challenge for us trying to accommodate in person and COVID and everything. But this would not be possible without you. And so I'm going to do some introductions and some thank yous. I'd first like to recognize all the board members of the Almani Promise Foundation. Together they personally donated $10,000 to match community donations for Giving Tuesday this year. And they give, of course, their time throughout the year to the children of this community. So if you're a board member of the Promise Foundation, can you please stand to be recognized? And some of them are actually volunteers, so they're helping off into the sides as well. I would also like to recognize the caring and capable staff of the Almani Promise Foundation, Francisco, who's back here with me, Alejandro and Carmine. So thank you all very much for your help. We put this all together today, so thank you. I would also like to recognize MCLEP, who has been a partner throughout. This Tamalada was initially their event, and it became a partnership throughout, so this wouldn't be possible. So for the members of MCLEP, would you please stand to be recognized? And again, they're helping with the volunteers, so they're in the back and on the side. I'd also like to recognize all the volunteers who are members of our advisory committee. We have a parent advisory committee who is helping us tonight, and of course they guide our work throughout the year. We also have our Asian Pacific Islander Advisory Committee members as well, so if you would all please stand and be recognized, thank you. And of course, as we know, it takes a village to raise a child and definitely to get them to college. So I would like to thank several people who helped make this event possible, starting with the City of Almani for letting us use this space so that we could bring everyone together safely. Sid and Teresa Pinedo, who have donated the VIP tequila tasting. John Mann from Mountain View High School and the students from his group here who are going to be doing the photo booth. So once we're done here, I encourage you to go take some photos for a fun souvenir. Maria Morgan and the Almani City School District Community Liaisons who helped us with a lot of the pre-event assembly, and the Almani City School District that donated the air purifiers that you see around the room to help with the space. El Monte Union High School District helped with our printing services. The Upper San Gabriel Valley Water District donated the water for tonight. Hector Delgado and Progress Brewery and the El Monte Promise Foundation Board donated for our bar in the back, and Starbucks donated the coffee for tonight. So everyone I mentioned, please stand. We thank you so much. This would not have been possible without you. And now I would like to recognize our elected officials who throughout the year are helpful in our messaging and help delivering, connecting with our students and helping to make this partnership possible. We are a nonprofit foundation, but our strength lies with the partnerships that we have with our city governments and our elected school boards who help to make sure that we can reach our families, reach our parents, and get our students on the right path. So I'm going to read off some names. Please wait for applause until the end, but feel free to stand up. We, of course, have support from our supervisor, Hilda Solis, from the City of El Monte, our Mayor, Jessica Ancona, our Mayor Pro Tem, Alma Puente, Councilmember Martin Herrera, Councilmember Dr. Maria Morales, Councilmember Victoria Martinez Muela, and City Manager Alma Martinez. Round of applause. In the City of South El Monte, we have the Mayor, Gloria Olmos, Mayor Pro Tem, Richard Engel, Councilmember Manuel Acosta, Councilmember Gracie Retamosa, Councilmember Hector Delgado, and City Manager Rachel Barbosa. From our Rio Hondo Community College, we have the Board President, Roselva Lomeli, Vice President Vicky Santana, Clerk Crystal Orozco, Board Member Oscar Valladares, Board Member Anais Medina Diaz, and Superintendent Teresa Dreyfus. We also have support, and one of our guests tonight is Los Angeles Community College trustee Mike Fong. And we have from our El Monte Union High School District our President Carlos Salcedo, our Vice President David Diaz, Board Members Florencio Briones, Ricardo Padilla, and Estela Torres de Segrist, and Superintendent Edward Zuniga. And I would just like to note that El Monte Union was our platinum sponsor tonight, so they really came through to help us support this event. So thank you all very much. And of course, connecting with those youngest ones to make sure that they get started on the path to college starts with our elementary school districts. From the El Monte City School District, we have Board President Lizette Mendez, Vice President Julio Redes, Clerk Beth Rivas, Board Member David Segrist, Superintendent Maribel Garcia. And from the Mountain View School District, we have Board President Jackie Saldana, Vice President Adam Carranza, Clerk Veronica Cifuentes, Board Member Christian Diaz, and Board Member Cindy Wu, and our Superintendent Lillian Maldonado French. So thank you all. Please stand. We appreciate you. So thank you very much. And I would like to take this moment now to give a special recognition to the Salcedo family. They, who are seated at our front table here, they continue to embody the spirit of family and community that we celebrate today. So please join me in celebrating them. And at this point, I would like to introduce Joe Vu from the El Monte Coalition of Latino Professionals, who will be telling us about the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce the 2021 Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award, given to individuals who embody Bobby's passion and commitment to assist students from our community to attain higher education. Bobby was an amazing person who started helping others dating back to when he was in high school. He was a teacher, administrator, and a public servant who inspired students to attend college and in hope one day they give back to the community as well. He certainly inspired others, including myself, in his work to help students. It is our distinct pleasure to introduce this year's recipients of the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award. We will begin with a video introducing Mr. Eddie Cuevas, who will say a few words about our first awardee from the El Monte Union High School District.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Eddie Cuevas, and I have the distinct honor of being the principal here at El Monte High School. And today I'm joining you to congratulate Mr. Joel Whistler, the recipient of the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award. Mr. Whistler has been here at El Monte High School for now 25 years and has consistently provided our students a opportunities that they might not otherwise have. He has taken our students to San Francisco, to San Diego, to Hawaii, among many other different places to perform for varying audiences. These are opportunities that our students might not otherwise have. He's taught our students about how to engage a multitude of audiences in a very respectful way, and also representing El Monte City with the highest amount of dignity. Today, again, I want to thank Mr. Whistler for consistently providing support for both our school and also for the city of El Monte. Again, Mr. Whistler, thank you for receiving this amazing award, and thank you for continuing to provide our students with opportunities here at El Monte High School and getting them to perform at an optimal level. Thank you very much again, Mr. Whistler.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry that I cannot be with you tonight. As you are watching this, I am about 100 yards away in the El Monte High School auditorium directing my choirs in our Christmas concert. But I am incredibly honored to be selected for the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award. I am truly humbled to receive an award named to honor the memory of such a great man, Bobby Salcedo. I know he devoted his whole life to El Monte, growing up here, attending local schools, then after finishing college, returning to work in the El Monte Union High School District as a teacher and administrator. He was very dedicated to his family, his work, his students, and his community. And his example was a great inspiration to me and to all the lives that he touched in his much too short life. I am in my 27th year teaching music at El Monte High School. I remember arriving on campus in the summer of 1995 to meet with Nick Salerno about a job opening in the performing arts. I had no idea at that time how special El Monte High School and the city of El Monte would become to me. But any success that I've had, I give all the credit to my students for trusting me to teach and lead them, for their willingness to try new things, and for just being kind, respectful, and caring young people. Again, I am overwhelmed and humbled by this tremendous honor. I'd like to thank the administrators and staff of El Monte High School who have always supported me, and I'd like to thank the nominating committee for selecting me. Thank you to all of you in attendance tonight, and I hope you have a great evening together, and Merry Christmas.
To accept the award on his behalf, his daughter, Taylor Whistler, is here.
Hi, thank you. My dad really wishes he could have been here tonight, and he's such an inspiration to me, and it's amazing to see how many lives he's impacted by teaching singing and piano, and it's really shown me and inspired me to impact the lives of the people around me. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Gerardo Yepes, the principal from Durfee School, the El Monte City School District, to introduce his honoree, Monica Macias.
Thank you very much. Good evening to all of you. It is truly an honor to have the opportunity to present the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award, an outstanding educator for the El Monte City School District, to Monica Macias. Monica Macias embodies all the traits of this Legacy Award. She is an outstanding teacher who comes from a family that many can relate to, and she proudly shares this life by her upbringing with the students and the family during open house gatherings. Mrs. Macias came from a single-parent household, and her mother cleaned houses for a living to help her realize the American dream. Mrs. Macias has truly been exemplifying the dream by empowering young girls. Every year, Mrs. Macias invites students to the annual Adelante Mujer Latina Conference, where they get the opportunity to meet amazing professionals and outstanding women. Mrs. Macias is also involved with Durfee's PTA and always gets involved to support the 7th and 8th grade students. She puts extra effort and time in everything she does, especially in these events. Her passion for teacher and engaging the students is demonstrated in her classroom. She has set up a classroom to feel warm and welcoming and has modern, fashionable learning materials that students find inviting. Mrs. Macias is also in charge of the Million Word Reading Program, where students get to celebrate towards the end of the school year for reading 1,000,000 words or more. It is common and very unfortunate that when education is in the news, we hear all that is wrong with this beautiful profession. I'm sure that all of you will agree with me when I say that this kind of events should be headlining the 11 o'clock news, because the story of Monica Macias is everything that is right about education. Please help me welcome the recipient of the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award, an outstanding educator, Monica Macias.
I'm using my daughter's art book. Like literally, that's what I've been doing my little speech into. So I was asked, I was asked to speak from the heart. So here we go. First, I'd like to thank the Almani Promise Foundation and the Bobby Salcedo Memorial Foundation for selecting me for the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award. Both Bobby Salcedo and I share many things in common. We both help to inspire students to see the best in themselves. We're both dedicated educators, and most importantly, we were both South Amani Eagles. My journey has not been an easy one, but it is my experiences and struggles that have made me appreciate where I am today. Throughout this journey, I have been blessed to have crossed paths with many great teachers, mentors, coaches, colleagues, who have helped to keep me on the right path. I have dedicated most of my life to the city of Almani. I can truly say that I am a product of this great city, and I'm proud that I have been able to give back. My life's passion has always been to inspire students to see a world beyond Almani, and to know that anything is possible when you put your heart and soul into it. I had a lot more to say, and I literally just kind of took the pages out because it was just going to go on and on and on. But I think if I'm going to speak from the heart, I really have to. So I'm going to try to do my best. As Mr. Yepes shared, my story is one that I know a lot of students can really relate to. I grew up in a single-parent household with my mother, who's a housekeeper. And the struggles were real, coming from a home where, you have a single parent trying to do her very best. Mom, thank you so much for teaching me about hard work, about being dedicated and passionate in whatever I do in life. I love you. My grandmother, who I lost many years ago, taught me about compassion, love, being kind, and again, just always doing the very best in everything that I do. So thank you, Grandma. Monte, thank you. My rock. He puts up with a lot. My baby girl, Montserrat, she now is attending Durfee Elementary, the dual emergent program. So I'm so excited that she's now following mommy's path and being now in our schools, our beautiful schools, and so I'm so excited. And so this award's for you, my love. I love you. I will continue doing what I do, and that is to continue to inspire and empower not only girls, but boys. I think it's important, and after these 2 years, it really had me question a lot, right? Like, am I doing enough? Am I enough there for my kids? And I truly do feel that our kids need teachers more than ever. And because I have had great mentors and great teachers cross my path, I want to continue that legacy. Mr. Halverson, I see you. And I have to talk about Mr. Doug Halverson without crying. I now call him Dad. Yes, he's very much white and I'm very much not white. But when we walk around, we always say, that's my daughter, and I say, that's my dad. This man believed in me very early on in my life, 14 years old. And had I not met you and you put me in the right path, I don't know where I'd be today. One of my first jobs that I had was actually here in the city working with the Almani PD under the supervision of Ken Weldon. And had I not gone through ROP, you obviously putting me in the right path, I don't know where I'd be today. So thank you so much, Dad, for being there for me, supporting me, believing in me. And this is why I do what I do. I continue to inspire and see the best in all of my kids. And I cannot forget Mrs. Lloyd over there. I just really have to let you guys know about Mrs. Lloyd. As an 8-year-old at Potrero, 3rd grade, school became my second home because of Mrs. Lloyd. And I want to thank you so much for really not only opening your classroom to me the way that you did, but also letting me into your own life and even your family. And I feel that that's why I teach the way that I do, because of you. I let the kids in because it's important. I'm human too. So thank you so much for teaching me that. And I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna start crying. But thank you guys. Almani's my home. It's been, it will always be. I won't go anywhere else. Thank you to my colleagues for being here. Go Warriors. Love you guys. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Maria Aguayo from the Mountain View School District to introduce her nominee, Leticia Urias.
Hi, I'm Mary Aguayo from Mountain View School District, and I'm here to talk about Miss Leticia Urias. Miss Urias has served the Mountain View School District, families, students, and community for many years. She has been a dedicated teacher pursuing bilingual education for the students and families at Mountain View School District. Her passion and knowledge has led her to continue the education of students and families currently as a TOSA, a teacher on special assignment, for the district, spreading her wealth of knowledge and experience to more schools and the Almani community at large. She helped teachers and students to dive into the district's initiative with SEAL strategies, being a coach, mentor, and facilitator. She has always been willing to jump in and support teachers with demonstrations or lending an open ear to provide a sounding board for ideas for both languages. She is very passionate and skillful in her work with parents and students and the community. She has created take-home work that will assist parents to work with their students at home in both languages. She is always willing to support the families at family night. She has also helped support Fiesta of Books and the district's Menudo Saturday at Crans prior to COVID. Ms. Urias is an excellent candidate, and in my opinion, she is the person who shows the most compassion and effort for all of the students in the Mountain View School District, especially our EL learners. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Leticia Urias.
Well, I started to write my speech, and then I read the note that said I can only speak for 2 minutes. And I have been speaking at board meetings for a long time, so they're pretty good about calling me on the buzzer. So it was really hard to cut it down to 2 minutes. I started writing, but it just went everywhere. So I just had to let it sit, and this is what I came up with for all of you. But first, I do want to thank the Salcido family. I know one of our own teachers and her daughter now teach for us at our school district, and what they have created and been a part of has made a great impact to our city, to our students. So thank you so much for doing all of this. Good evening, everyone. I'm still in a little shock over this award. Thank you, Mary Aguayo, for those kind words. The caliber of recipients that have received this award 17 years prior to me has really set a high standard on the educators that merit being nominated and receive this honor every year. Thank you for even considering me and allowing me to be up here receiving the award with this amazing group of educators. I want to receive this award in the name of three groups of people. First and foremost, I want to receive this award in the name of Mountain View Teachers Association, our teachers union. Some, as you heard, are in the audience today showing their support, and I truly appreciate everything you all do for our students every single day and after hours. We have a past president in the audience as well that I continue to learn so much from. Thank you all so much. I am sharing this award with all of you. This is our award. The next group I'd like to thank are my old educators, kindergarten through graduate school. And every level of my educational career, educators have pushed me to excel and believe in myself. My 5th and 6th grade gate teacher, Miss Donna McIntyre, is here today. Still showing her support even after all these years. Doing the extras that educators tend to do. That is what makes the difference. This award is in your honor. Thank you so much. Most important, of course, is my family. My sister is here today. Thank you for coming. I accept this award in the name of my family, Urias for my dad, Ramirez for my mom. It was because of the values we were taught and the tú puedes y no te dejes attitude that I am who I am at my core. It is why I support ELLs and want all students to succeed. Because if this niña del rancho, hija de trabajadores migrantes, aprendiz del inglés, de bajos recursos, can make it and succeed, anyone can. There's more labels that I could have added. But as you can see, I am a clear definition of an at-risk youth. And I did it. And it was because of all the great educators that were in my path. In the name of my husband and my daughter that have helped me see a different side and grounded me every time I needed it. I love you both. My last thanks are for the two districts in El Monte that I attended. The Mountain View School District and the El Monte Union High School District. For providing me with great educators. Mountain View School District, you got lucky. I didn't take the long-term assignment El Monte Union offered me. Thank you for believing in me again when you hired me to instruct first graders in a bilingual class in 1996. Thank you.
I'd like to now again welcome Mr. Seymour, along with Dr. Garcia and Dr. Zuniga, to present our final recognition.
We've all been inspired tonight by the stories of three great educators who care about children, who care about community, who recognize that it takes everybody to make it work so that our children can succeed and have great lives. It is a common thread in every story. And it's one of the reasons we appreciate what they do so much. But our contention for the three of us is it takes great leadership as well. It takes a leader who supports those unusual teachers who go the extra mile, who want to do those special things. It takes great leaders who know how to make a budget work in the toughest times, who know how to make education work in the most challenging times that we've all experienced. So it is with deep appreciation that all three of us, Dr. Zuniga, Dr. Garcia, and myself, are very excited to present the Bobby Salcedo Lifetime Achievement Award to Lillian Maldonado. Lillian French has been a colleague to all of us in so many ways that has made it a seamless level of support throughout this community. Not her district, not our districts, but our districts together. It was her passion that our work makes sure that every child received what they needed. From the Roadmap to College, which is coming out, to all the various programs, but above all, to make sure that the best teachers and the best classified support staff were in those classrooms and that parents were respected and supported. So on behalf of our board, Lillian has been a very active part of the Promise Foundation from the get-go, way beyond the get-go. When we were still a seed in the California Community Foundation's mind. We thank you. And now my colleagues would like to express their appreciation as well.
Growing up, I heard many dichos to help guide my upbringing. And the one that was most common was, dime con quién andas, te diré quién eres. And tonight, I think that dicho is just the perfect sentiment to really celebrate Lillian. To be in Lillian Maldonado's company, to be a colleague, has been a tremendous, tremendous asset, value, and benefit. I'm going to speak to the personal. When I first became the superintendent for the El Monte City School District, I was a rookie, and Lillian Maldonado very quickly became a mentor to me. And what was very outstanding then and continues to be exemplary now is that she was all about students, all students. The success of every single student in this community mattered. It wasn't about my district, your district, as Mr. Seymour very eloquently described. It was about all kids. her experience, as 37 years as an educator, 12 years as a superintendent. She's done phenomenal things, not only for the Mountain View School District, but for the kids in this community. So much that she was recognized as Superintendent of the Year from Allen County. And that's, again, just a tremendous, tremendous accolade that just adds to many that she has. We will miss you sorely, Lillian. You have been such a wonderful leader in this community. You have been such a great friend, and you have always guided every single one of us, all of our conversations about what's best for kids every step of the way. So I wish you all the best in retirement, but please don't go too far, because I think you're committed to the advisory board for the Almani Promise Foundation for the next 20 years is what I was told, right? Thank you. And I do want to clarify, Lillian recently got her doctorate degree, so it's Dr. French. Thank you.
Thank you, Garcia. And good evening, everyone. I'm Eddie Zuniga, the superintendent of the Almani Union High School District. And I heard earlier about the bragging rights about who ended up with our recognized individual here from Monte School District, and we are so excited. I'm so proud of the Monte School District. And Dr. Garcia, Monte School District got me. I'm a product of Monte School District, so I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about Dr. Maldonado French and the amazing things that the Monte School District has done, and the children it's raised, including myself. So I'm very proud of that. I've always kept a close eye on Monte School District, what's going on over there, how things are going, because that's the first school district that I fell in love with. It was my elementary school district. I was a Mustang, and I was a Cougar. And ever since that time when I first met Lillian, I was a site administrator, and we were working through CALS, which is the actually organization that we formed together amongst all of our four elementary and high school districts for our school administrators and district administrators. And we're not a unified school district, but we're in unity here in our community all the time. And this was an opportunity for us to engage in those conversations on how to support students, specifically our identified students, our EIL population, our special education students, and students that are most in need, which we call now our promise students. With that said, my observation to learning about Lillian and as a site administrator is I know why she was selected as a superintendent at Monte School District. Not only was she coming with experience, but also demonstrated the way a leader should act in front of folks, how to lead, how to navigate, how to troubleshoot, and also how to engage others to become leaders. And learning that, and I became even closer when I became principal at South Almani High School. And in CAL sessions, a lot of our kids do come from the Monte School District at South Almani High School. So I need to take the responsibility to learn about what it would take to make students successful from coming to the elementary school district, 7th and 8th grade, whether it's Madrid, Crans, or anywhere, who went to South Almani High School. I had the responsibility. And Lillian taught me a lot during those years when I was learning the principalship as well, and also supporting the students that were coming into our schools that we were expecting at 9th grade too. My relationship grew stronger when I became superintendent in 2016 for Almani High School District. And as Dr. Garcia had mentioned, we don't forget those who supported us when we struggled our first year as rookie superintendents. And I came in and I was a rookie superintendent amongst my 5 colleagues within our local school districts. The first person within that first week that called me was Lillian. And not only was I humbled, but I was actually just amazed that someone who just took the time to call her busy date to say, hey, welcome, we're here to support you, let's meet as soon as possible so we can get you acquainted with some things that we are doing as superintendents, and we want to support you, along with Dr. Garcia herself as well. So ever since then, Lillian was my first mentor as superintendent, and she taught me what it takes to navigate with the board, to ensure that our students are being served, to ensure that there's solvency amongst our school districts and that our kids are taken care of. So Lillian, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of our school district, I deeply appreciate not only you as a colleague, but becoming a friend. Now that we are just, my favorite thing about it is that we became closer, so we started talking about not only just navigating through the problems over the pandemic the last couple of years, but also getting to know our families and each other a little bit more. And within that small circle of trustworthiness where I can vent to someone as a superintendent, a colleague, and she was the one that I go to and call, Lillian, what do you do here? So Lillian, thank you again. We appreciate you. We're going to miss you dearly. I think Dr. Garcia will be the senior now, or the superintendent's here. She'll do a great job though, but I'm not sure she's going to fill the shoes in. But we'll give it a shot, right, Dr. Garcia? All kidding aside, we just very humble, and we were fortunate to have Lillian part of the Monte School District, the greater El Monte community, and congratulations on your retirement.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Lillian Maldonado French.
It is with great honor and humility that I received the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award, because it is such a beautiful acknowledgement of his life and the work that all of us do every day in the El Monte community. And such a remembrance, beautiful remembrance, as I end my time in Mountain View School District. This evening, I'd like to acknowledge, first of all, our Board of Education for giving me the opportunity to serve as your superintendent. Thank you so much, our board is very I'd like to acknowledge the amazing fellow administrators of the Mountain View School District. Please stand. Of course, our fantastic teachers, amazing support staff, hardworking classified staff, because really the truth is that they're the ones who deserve this award and who have accomplished the work that I have been privileged to lead in the past 12 years. Thank you all. Please stand. That includes Mama Ashley. I remember arriving 12 and a half years ago, and I quickly realized that this was a connected and vibrant community, full of people who really, truly cared about its future, and that is its children. Early in the implementation of a grant from the California Community Foundation, and we were in the midst of a Great Recession, all the school district administrators came together and planned not what would be best for their school district, but what would be best for the entire community and children. The focus has always continued to be on all students with the El Monte Promise Foundation. This evening, I have a special guest here, Ms. Leslie Najera. She is a Mountain View High School student, former Kranz and Maxon student, a partnership scholar, honors student, and my mentee. I'd like her to speak. I invited her as an example and really a manifestation of what your continued work with the El Monte Promise Foundation and our work in education has produced. Students who are ready to continue their education at the university level. and one day come back to support and improve their community. I thank you for the opportunity for doing this work alongside of you. And it gives me great comfort to know that our work together will continue to grow and multiply. As Martin Luther King said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing to serve others? I cannot fully express the joy I have received by serving the Mountain View and El Monte community. Thank you so much.
At this time, I'd like to invite the representatives from Congresswoman Grace Napolitano's office, Supervisor Hilda Solis's office, the City of El Monte Mayor Pro Tem Alma Martinez, Council Member Martin Herrera, and City Manager Alma Martinez. If you can all come up to the front, there's a mic here on the floor to do additional certificates and presentations and be able to speak. And of course, anybody else that has any certificate of recognition they'd like to give our honorees. If you can please come up at this time, and you can be able to speak from the floor mic.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. Once again, my name is Andrea Moreno. I'm here representing Supervisor Hilda Solis. She represents the 1st District in Los Angeles County, and she is proud to be also an El Monte resident, right at the heart of the 1st District. So thank you. So as you know, many of you know, she would love to be here. But unfortunately, there's a lot going on, and it is a busy season. But I do want to say that from the bottom of Supervisor Solis's heart, she really wants to thank all of the honorees tonight for your amazing work to make this community the best that it can be. And just being here tonight, listening to your remarks, has really, and I think I can speak for a lot of you tonight, right? I feel uplifted by your stories. I feel that you truly exemplify what makes our county and especially the city of El Monte a place to live, a place to be, and a place where we can all be a community together. So on behalf of Supervisor Solis, I have some commendations for you. And I want to thank the organizers tonight for putting this together. I know that we haven't been indoors and together for a long time because of the global pandemic. But it just feels so good to be in a place that feels like a home, right? And to Supervisor Solis's credit, this is her home. And I do want to take a brief moment before I present you with her commendations to allow Sam to actually, if you could wave hello. Sam is Supervisor's husband, and he's here tonight as well. Very proud of all of our honorees tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And now we have a special presentation from the City of El Monte.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alma Puente. I'm the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of El Monte. It really does make my heart swell with pride to hear that we have such amazing talent in our teachers here in the city, bringing up the next generation that's going to be the leaders in our city, and also having such amazing talent in the leadership here in the city as well. I'm so proud to be here. I'm so happy to be able to gather after having such a tough time last year. And so we have some certificates for the honorees as well, and I'll read what their contents are. It says, in recognition of your selection as an honoree of the Bobby Salcedo Esperanza Award by the El Monte Promise Foundation, we are grateful and give you our sincere thanks and appreciation for your many contributions towards the education of our youth. We, the undersigned, congratulate you and extend our best wishes on behalf of the citizens of the friendly city of El Monte, the end of the Santa Fe Trail, and it's signed by the entire City Council. So I have one for Mr. Joel Whistler. The next next is for Ms. Monica Macias. The next one I have is for Ms. Leticia Urias. And lastly but not least, for Dr. Lillian Maldonado French. I would like to present at this time our city manager, Alma Martinez, who I know that during pandemic worked very closely with Dr. Maldonado French. And I think we'd be remiss if we didn't give her the opportunity to present this very special award on behalf of our city.
One second. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We share a great name, Alma Puente. My name is Alma Martinez, and I'm the city manager for the city of Almani. And I was really asking the city council, as well as Ms. Cobian and the board, to allow me the privilege of presenting this award to you. You and I went through a lot this last year and a half, more or less. And I really got to know you and admire you. Remember the first time I came to Almani, you asked me for coffee, took me to the Starbucks on Valley Boulevard, and you said, city managers have not paid attention to us, and I expect a lot more from you. So, and I was like, yes, ma'am. Whatever you need. And we've become very good colleagues. You're my mentor, my friend, and I'm gonna miss you tremendously. Thank you. We went through so much during the pandemic, from providing wireless access to our kids, and we're working on a bigger project because that highlighted the internet divide, to providing diapers, to providing food, to providing vaccines. And we worked as a team, and I have a quote for you, and this is from the heart. It is during the hard times don't create heroes. It is during the hard times when the hero within us is revealed. But you were already my hero when I met you. You gave me chancla, and you reminded me, you expected more from me. And I hope I deliver, and I'm gonna miss you tremendously. Thank you. Thank you.